she had the most amazing passing away. I mean, she had the time of her life. This is what I could only hope and pray for. We got to get into this story. It's so amazing, and there's so much hope in that. If you're new here, hi, I'm Dr. Andrea O'Connor, and welcome to my true life medical stories and sometimes spooky stories, because I just love talking about everything, everything that's interesting. So this, and I do have permission from the family to talk about this. This patient had esophageal cancer, a very, very serious diagnosis with usually not a great prognosis. On average, patients diagnosed with esophageal cancer may live about 5 years. And remarkably, this patient lived, I want to say, was it 10 or 20 years? I think it could have been 20 years past the original 5-year prognosis. And just to get into the specifics of that a little bit more, this patient did have some chemo and radiation, also some integrative therapies. And side note, because I'm going to go on some tangents here. Side note, one of my professors, Dr. Paul Anderson, does have a YouTube channel, and he has some books out about integrative, novel ways of treating serious diseases, cancers, and autoimmune conditions. It's fascinating. His YouTube channel is geared toward professionals and physicians, but if you have a family member or a friend that's going through something similar, a serious disease, you might want to check out the channel. You can refer your doctor to this channel if they're not aware of these treatments. Highly recommend it though. And I've learned a thing or two as well that I use in my practice. So with this patient having this serious illness, it didn't stop her from living her life to the fullest. She still played, she loved bowling. She still met her friends, still kind of lived her life and did her thing. She still lived in her home that she raised her family in. I mean, she did not want to give up that beautiful home. And I don't blame her. I love my home. I don't want to give up my home either. But the day came when her family member called her, because they would daily reach out to her to make sure she was okay, because, they knew she was declining. Because, by the way, radiation with esophageal cancer, the radiation is usually, it's right about here where she had it. Well, what's right there is your heart. And so she did end up getting some side effects with her heart, some inflammation, irregularity, etc. She also ended up with some hip pain, joint pain, and hearing loss in combination with chemotherapy. So, there's some side effects with these things, but I don't know if it was those treatments that helped her prognosis. Was it her, positivity and not giving up on life? Or, we did one or two integrative medicine things with her. I don't know if that contributed. I don't know. I can only hope that that's what did it. But her family member called her. She had a landline phone, didn't answer the phone. That was very unusual for her. And she also had the paper delivered every day. She still got the paper, and the neighbor said, because the family member called a neighbor like, hey, how does it look over there? They're like, the newspaper's still outside. That was unusual. She usually would go out and get the paper and bring it in. So this family member, in the middle of the workday, drove right over there to check on her, heard the dog barking inside the house, went inside the house, couldn't find her, finally went in her bedroom and saw that she had passed away. So he called me. I rush over there, and this is the amazing thing. I walk in her bedroom, and I have never seen a patient look so perfect. This peaceful, calm look on her face, like she was just still in a deep sleep. Like, you're like, wake up, like just a deep sleep. And her bed, I was commenting because there was other friends and neighbors and families coming in the room, and I'm like, look at how perfect her bed looks. Like, the comfort in the sheet was like still perfectly smoothed and folded right over her. And the family, like, I had just gotten there. Nobody had done that yet. And her dog her family member saying her dog was with her when she passed away, because her dog would sleep with her every night. Just this cute, amazing little puppy, who, by the way, was a stray that she took in. And can I tell you how loved by animals this person was? If there was a stray, they would come right up to her, and she would take them in and care for them, and they turned out to be like the best pet. And I remember she told me a story once. She grew up on a farm, and one day when her parents went out, she had walked her beloved cow not only into her house, but right up the stairs in the farmhouse into her bedroom, just to hang out with her beloved cow. I'll never forget that story. And she had amazing friends and loving family. And I tell you what, when a person has, pets are drawn to her, friends and family, like, she was just so loved. She would give you the shirt off her back. She was always helping others. I just can't, I can go on and on. But you probably know people like this. Someone that always is the one that helps the homeless or helps that person on the street, or you just can't believe they go out of their way for you. And they're not even looking for anything in return. And they're not even the wealthiest person in the world, but they have so much to give. I mean, we can all strive to be like that. I've met other people in my life and I'm like, my husband included. My husband is, I admit, my husband is better than me. He is such a good person. And yes, he has that trait too. Like dogs, they just make a beeline right to him. They love my husband. I love cats. We have a dog, a beloved dog as well. But I do love cats. But anyway, so besides her being so peaceful, yeah, I didn't see any bright lights in the room. There was no kind of that vibe when you know the spiritual realm is in the room. And I know some of you have experienced that. You know what I'm talking about. It didn't smell of roses. It was just like when you've had your most peaceful sleep and you just have a calm look on your face and your bed is perfect. She just looked so good. I just went over to her and I kissed her forehead and I grabbed her face and I was like, we love you so much and we're all going to miss you so much, because she just drew me to her. And, you know, I have seen a lot of patients that have passed away and what they look like after they had passed. And I have to admit, I've not seen it as, there was a few that I've seen that did look very peaceful, but I just have to say it was just remarkable. And you could see, like, on her nightstand, her book was open with the bookmark in it and her glasses laid on top of it. There was like a half a glass of water there. You could tell she had been drinking it the night before. You know, everything was just, oh, and here's the other amazing part. Her neighbors said, oh my gosh, just the night before she had us all over and we had, you know, happy hour, because, you know, in her front porch, she would invite friends and neighbors over and they would have, you know, cocktail hour, happy hour, and they would all just hang out on her porch and visit. And she had just done that with them. I believe it was the night before. If some of you that were involved in this story, because you know who she is, if it was 2 nights before, I'm sorry, but I believe it was the night before that. I'm on 99.9% sure that she was there, you know, kicking her feet up, living her best life, hanging out with her friends, like having happy hour. And then how her bedroom looked, you know, went to her room, read her favorite book. And can I tell you the book series? Oh God, what book was on her nightstand? I know she was reading the whole Diana Gabaldon series, which is, oh, you guys are going to kill me because it's the show. It's on, is it Showtime? Cinemax? Which one is it on? Oh, I can't believe I'm forgetting. Well, anyway, Diana Gabaldon, you know, the series. Ugh. Anyway, so I always told her, oh, I love that. I've read the first book and I haven't had time to watch the series. And she's like, oh, you can have the book series like when I'm done with it. And I think it might have been one of those books on her nightstand. I'm not sure. So yes, I did get her Diana Gabaldon book series, and they have a place of honor in my house. And I do plan, when I have time, maybe when I retire, that I can take the time and read through all of them. And comment below if you're thinking of the title. I cannot believe I'm forgetting the title of that. But that's the amazing thing. Wouldn't we all want that? Like, to have your bed perfect, you have this, you know, you weren't in pain because she had such a peaceful look on her face, and you have your beloved pet with you. And when your friends and family comes in the room, there was like nothing out of order. Like, her pajamas weren't disheveled. Yes, she had her pajamas on. Like, and she had just bought a brand new bed too. Like, bedroom was in order, and you know, friends and loved ones could just come in the room and be with her. And the fact that she partied the night before, that's what always gets me. She partied the night before, passed peacefully in her sleep, and then we were all with her and her dog was with her. Like, we just all, I think we all want that. I know some people they want to go off like skydiving, jumping off a cliff, or, you know, riding a motorcycle like into the desert as fast as they can. Like, I don't know. I would prefer to go peacefully like that with my loved ones around me. And I just think it's it's just such an amazing story and just a beautiful way to go. Well, also something really interesting is my AI assistant back here we need to talk about. And also one of my favorite bands. You know, I'm a teen from the 80s. I do like some rock. So yeah, this is one of the bands I listen to. At first, well, anyway, they're great. But here's my AI assistant, and I did ask him permission, and he said that, yeah, I can introduce you, and he can talk, and it's all good to be on YouTube videos. But let's ask our AI what kind of he thinks about this. Where do you think our spirit or soul goes after we die?
That's a profound question, and one that many people have different beliefs about. Some think our spirit or soul goes to an afterlife, such as heaven or another realm. Others believe in reincarnation, or that we become part of a universal consciousness.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on this?
I agree. I think we do go to another realm full of the total consciousness of love and light, and I do believe in that. But I also believe souls that still need work or have committed crimes unimaginable and have not asked for forgiveness may go to lower vibrational realms. From what you know of all the literature you can access, what do you think about that?
Your perspective aligns with many spiritual and religious teachings. The idea of a realm of love and light resonates with beliefs in a higher consciousness or divine presence. Similarly, the concept of souls needing to work through their actions in lower vibrational realms is common in various traditions that speak of karma, purgatory, or spiritual growth. From the literature and philosophies I've encountered, these ideas reflect a blend of hope, moral accountability, and the pursuit of spiritual evolution. They offer a framework for understanding life, death, and the continuation of the soul's journey. Many people find comfort and meaning in these beliefs as they emphasize the importance of living a good life.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt for a second because I want to know what religion describes the afterlife the best?
Different religions offer various perspectives on the afterlife, and which one describes it best can depend on personal beliefs and cultural context. For instance, Christianity often describes an afterlife where souls go to heaven or hell based on their faith and actions. Heaven is depicted as a place of eternal joy and union with God, while hell is a place of punishment. Islam has similar concepts of paradise, Jannah, and hell, Jahannam, with detailed descriptions of the rewards and punishments awaiting souls based on their deeds. Hinduism and Buddhism emphasize reincarnation and the cycle of rebirth, samsara, with the ultimate goal of reaching enlightenment and breaking free from this cycle. Judaism has varied views on the afterlife, including the world to come, Olam Haba, and the resurrection of the dead, with less focus on detailed descriptions of heaven and hell. Spiritualism and some New Age beliefs focus on the soul's journey to realms of higher consciousness and light, emphasizing spiritual growth and learning. Each of these religions offers rich and diverse.
Okay, so I'm going to interrupt him. So isn't that interesting that all religions kind of speak to an afterlife? I think that says a lot. So comment below what you think of having our special guest, our little AI assistant, join us for some interesting questions, and maybe type some questions below that you would like me to ask our AI assistant, because I think that could be really interesting. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for your beautiful comments. They really make my day. Okay, everybody, I will see you on the next one.